Marta, thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of the LET Golf Podcast. What a month it's been for you. Now an LET winner. Obviously, you'd won on the LET Access Series last year, but now an LET winner and a major debutant. I saw you at Evian making your debut, so it's been quite the month for you. Let's start with that win in Czech Republic, shall we? I mean, how does it feel to finally be a winner on the circuit?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. And yeah, it feels really good. I think as an athlete, that's something you always pursue. Like you work hard to be a winner and to finally, see yourself winning in the latest European tour. It's really fun and rewarding to see that the hard work you're doing is paying off.
Yeah. Tell us about that final round, 63. Probably some of the best golf we've ever seen on tour. You ended up cruising to victory. Is that that must be the best golf you've ever played, isn't it?
As a tournament round, it has been for sure the best round of my career. As practice, not, but as a tournament, yes. And I think the way I did it, playing in the last group, one shot behind, starting the last day. Like when I go back and think about people asking, what did you do different? I'm like, I didn't do anything different. I just stick to what I was doing, and everything just flowed, and I enjoyed it so much. And it was fun because I was doing my job at the same time as enjoying it. And then the 63 happened.
Yeah. I mean, you say you weren't doing anything differently, but like going into that week, did you have like an idea? Okay, I'm hitting the ball really good. I feel like I can win this week. Like, how was it? How was it heading into Czech?
I feel since last year I've grown mentally a lot, and I try to focus every week, and I every week I go to play an LET tournament thinking that I have a possibility of winning. And I also took I think mentally I was really strong that week, and I think I took a little advantage over some other players that took too much focus on the green conditions. And I thought to myself, well, just stick the ball close to the hole and it'll be easier to make putts. So I think that was a very important part for my win that week.
Yeah. And what did click that week, like in terms of your game?
I mean, two shots, 60,
Everything,
63,
right?
everything clicks.
Everything must have been
No,
nice.
I said it, I think, in an interview after my round. It's just like my misses were not big misses. I was playable. And then, of course, my iron game was on point. I was just throwing darts all day long. And my putting, I did a little putting change with my coach before that week. And I just felt so comfortable, and the ball was just going in. So, yeah, as adding little things, it came up to a nice victory.
Yeah, must be nice. Must be nice. And tell us about the celebrations after. Did you have a party, or did you have, because you took the week off, right, in Switzerland?
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was nice because it was like a celebration for my win, and it was also my birthday week.
Oh,
So, yeah, we did some celebrations with friends. I mean, Spanish culture, get together with your family, with your friends, and enjoy nice food, nice wine, nice beer. It was great. It was absolutely great.
nice. And generally, I mean, you're having such a great year. I think I just looked, you're 11th in the LET rankings. From last year, you were playing on the Access Series. I think the first time I really met you was at Q School
Mm-hmm.
in December. So obviously coming from there now to here, where you've got a win, you're hot in form. Is it something you expected? Are you a little bit surprised, or are you just, what are you making of the whole past 8-9 months?
For me, going back to LET Access last year was very hard mentally. I had a very low LET status, so going back to LET Access, it was hard because I feel you never, as an athlete, want to go back. But I think last year helped me so much to become a better player and to grow, as I said, mentally. And I worked so much on my game that coming into this year, I know I'm doing good, but I learned so much last year that it's so important to go into every week and have very clear goals and try to become the best player you can every day. Just focus on yourself. which I really think that helped me out last year. You know, that job made me become the player I am today, apart from many other experiences throughout my golfing career. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so much. Just, you know, being back on the LET, being grateful for all the little things we have as professional athletes, and you know, enjoying every tournament and trying to win as much as
Yeah,
possible. So I think you always, as a athlete, as a professional golfer, you always want to win. When it comes, I was already prepared because I already won like a year before on LET Access. So you know you can. So if you can on the LET Access, why can't you not on the LET or
yeah,
anywhere else?
absolutely. And 2 wins in Czech. What is it about that place? It seems to...
Everyone asks me. I don't know. It really is great. I guess Czech has something special for me, and I'm taking advantage of it. I enjoy it there, but yeah, I
Yeah,
don't find a reasonable reason.
no, it's just how it plays out.
Yeah, it's just how it plays out, I guess. Yeah.
Good stuff. And then the other big thing recently then has been your major debut. So we were both
Mm.
there at Evian, making the cut on the number. It was a bit of a nervy wait in the end, wasn't it? Because we had the rain delay, and you came back, and I think you were on the number, and we were looking, and you were just, I mean, you were solid. You just parred it all the way in.
Mm.
Great experience making the cut there. How was the whole week? Obviously, rubbing shoulders with some of the world's best. So, how was it? You look like you're having a ball.
It was great. I think it was, you know, part of a dream that came true. Because I think when you're a little girl and you're in front of the TV and you see all these great players playing majors, you're like, I want to be there one day. So, you know, the fact of winning in Czech, which was the last week to qualify for the Amundi, and being able to go play in that such a special major tournament, just the setup, the people, the venue, everything was just great. Having my mom there to enjoy it with me was also amazing. And yeah, I just went there thinking, well, this is what I practice for. I was talking with a friend before that week. I was like, this is what I practice for. This is why I wake up every morning and I grind, you know. I'm ready to be with the best players in the world. And yeah, it was a little bit interesting because I had to go back home after I hit my first my 10th hole tee shot. And I was in the rough and I slept that night, you know, oh my
Oh
God, I
no.
have to wake up at 5 a.m. and go and punch out to the fairway and then try to grind and make a birdie. I barely slept. Like, it was just thinking and thinking about how am I going to play that hole, the next. And I just played so solid. I made, I think, 1 or 2 birdies on those 9 holes I had left. And to be honest, I didn't know I made it in the number. I just knew I made the cut.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm not very aware of my situation. I try to do my thing, and whenever I get the email, I got it, and if I'm in, it's fine, and if I'm not, well, I have to go work harder and be better.
Yeah, that's nice then. Was that the same situation when you won in Czech? Are you like looking at the leaderboards then? Seems like you're someone that just focuses on yourself, but I guess it probably was harder to avoid that day.
um I actually didn't look at the leaderboard that morning in Evian. I think it was too early for that.
Yeah. But what I mean is when you won in Czech, were you looking?
When I won in Czech, they were. I actually looked to the leaderboard because I've never really liked to look at the leaderboard. You know, there's some players that really like to know where they are on the position. I honestly, it's not that I want to look. It's that, like, I don't really care. Like, it's just trying to play my best. You know, trying to hit the best shot over and over. So, but I remember walking to 16th green. There was a leaderboard there. So I looked back and I saw my name. And I saw my name on the first position. But I didn't look at the result. I knew I was leading. So
Right.
that made me kind of say, wow, I'm proud of you. But you have 3 holes, well, 2.5 holes left. Keep pushing because you're having a great day and you can do more birdies. And I remember on 19th, I asked my caddy, my local caddy, I was like, hey, are we leading by a lot of shots? Because they moved up the tee to try to play aggressive over the bunkers. And he told me, yeah, by a couple. So I was like, well, a par is fine. He said yes. So that's why I played like the par 5 in 3 shots. And
Yeah.
it was my day because I had a 10-meter putt and I almost made it. I saw the hole so big.
Must be nice. Must be nice when golf just plays that easy. But,
Yeah, relationship with golf is a love-hate relationship.
oh yeah,
It can bring you some of the best moments of your life and some of the worst. So I think I think it's like in life, when things are going well, you gotta enjoy them at the maximum level and of course you remember where you were in the lows, but really, really enjoy and be grateful for the good moments.
Yeah, nice. And looking ahead then to the rest of the season, as I said, you're currently 11th in the rankings. You've got the big one, AIG Women's Open, to look forward to.
So excited about that one.
Already smiling. I mean, that at have you played St Andrews before? Have you played the old course?
No, I've never. I've been there and I know what you feel. That feeling everyone talks about when you go to the old course, what you can breathe, what you can feel. So I'm really excited, and I think it's special, having the opportunity of playing there. My first British Open, second major at the old course is just another dream that came true. Well, it's coming true sometime soon.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's funny because we had last year Carmen Alonso, who I know you're good friends with, almost followed such a similar pattern that she won the final event before Evian qualification ended in Finland, which got her into Evian and got her into AIG, which was so nice. And now we're seeing the same with you this year, which is really cool. I mean, just tell us a bit about that. The Spanish players on tour. You always seem like you have a great camaraderie. You're always there for each other. So, how important are they for you? And just tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, actually, fun fact. On the LET Access Czech tournament, on the trophy, Carmen won that tournament some years ago. So my name and her name, so it's Carmen's name on top and mine under. On the same time, on the same side of the trophy. Because when Helen won this year, the picture, it was on social media, you could see Carmen Alonso, Marta Martin. So I sent her a picture like, isn't this special, But yeah, going back to your question about, all the Spanish players, the relationship we have, I think we are all a big family. It's in our culture and our tradition, We've played junior golf since we were very small together. We're a big family. And even though we're now in, professional golf, everyone is, playing individually. Just having that support system of your family away from home, to be able to lean on them whenever you need, it's just something special. And I feel I think we should feel very grateful about that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And with the win under your belt, then does it change your goals for the rest of the year? I know you said you play every tournament to win. You think you can win. How does it change the mindset with a win under your belt?
Well, I think it changes. Like, they asked me about this yesterday. I was having dinner with some friends. One of them plays on DP World Tour. He was asking me, has anything changed? I was like, well, I'm still Marta Martin, like, I'm still me. I'm still Marta, trying to get better, because there's things in my golf game that need to get better. But of course, I think mentally you realize that you can, and just being part of that winning circle helps with your mindset, helps you with your confidence, helps you believing in your work and the work you're doing, because sometimes it's hard because golf is a sport that you can be working really hard and you don't see results in a long time. So looking forward to the rest of the year is just, facing every week as it comes and try to do my best. But mentally, I'm still me. I'm trying to stay how do you say that? I'm trying to stay humble and
Stay grounded, yeah.
you know, yes, I won, but there's still season left, so I have to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just said there you're Marta Martin. So just tell us off the course, tell us a bit about you then, because I know I'm not too familiar. So what are your interests? What are your hobbies? Tell us a bit about yourself off the course in a nutshell.
Uh,
You're writing a biography for me right now.
well, I'm from Spain. I'm from Madrid. My family's from the south. Um, Honestly, when I'm home, since we travel so much, I like spending time at home with my family and with my close friends. I'm not a person that has a lot of friends, but the couple friends that I got, they're real friends, that they're like my brothers and sisters, and I will do whatever for them. And yeah, some of my hobbies, I honestly, I like any sports. I love going to watch sports like soccer, basketball, tennis, paddle. And I also like to do them myself. So I go play with my friends, even pickleball. Now it's becoming very
Yeah,
famous.
it's getting big, isn't it? Pickle
Yeah.
and paddle. Everyone seems to be playing it.
I also enjoy, going to a nice terrace with some good company. I'm a big believer of the people you surround yourself with. So yeah, I'm actually going on kayaking tomorrow. We're doing a little kayak a little
Nice.
north in Madrid. So yeah, Marta is she likes traveling. She likes getting to meet new people. She likes to experience new experiences, staying close to sports. I don't like staying in the couch sitting down. I like
No,
moving
no.
around.
Only for this call. Yeah. So I guess I think I asked you last week, but you were following the football in
Oh yeah.
Spain. Uh, I mean, I don't know why I bring it up. It should be you bringing it up, but did you watch the final? What did you make of it? Must be amazing.
Well, actually, during the semifinals and the finals were during the Amundi, the
Yeah.
Evian Championship. So we watched the semifinals against France. So we watched Spanish people watching the semifinals against France in France. We watched it like some of the Spanish. I watched it with Carlota, and Ana Peláez, Azara Muñoz. Like the four Spanish players we were playing. We were there watching it with some of their caddies. It was great. And then the final, I don't know why, I decided to pick up a flight that night to
So you
go
missed
back
it.
home. No, but I didn't miss it because Iberia, the airline I flew with, they let us watch the match
On the plane.
on the plane.
Oh, that is pretty cool. And
So
it
it
was
was,
good. Like quality was okay. You watched it.
yes. So
Oh
it
wow.
actually was so fun because whenever
Everyone
we
was Spanish
score a
on the plane.
goal, everyone was just going
Oh
crazy. And yeah, we scored. It was 2-1, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we scored the second goal when we landed. Boom, we landed. We started taxiing and then scored the second goal, and everyone just went crazy. Even the captain just went crazy on the speaker. Yeah, that was great.
Must be nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got back to the hotel at Evian to watch it, and Carlotta was there, and yeah, she was absolutely loving it as you can imagine. Big football fan, but for us it
Well,
was
she's a
more.
big football fan and a very proud Spanish
Mhm.
person. And it's just so great to watch Spanish sports with her.
Yeah,
I
wow.
enjoyed it so much.
Not when you're on not when you're on the receiving end.
Yeah.
But she's obviously going to the Olympics now, and yeah, as you said, I can't think of anyone more proud to be representing Spain,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
Um, and your journey into golf then? So you went to the States, right? You studied at Purdue, or where did you go?
Yeah,
What was
I
your
went
journey
to
to the LET?
yeah, I went to the United States in 2014. I went to Purdue University, so I'm a boilermaker, like some others on tour. And I studied turf management and science. So yeah, I'm a turfie. I really like the turf
Okay.
business, anything related to golf and other sports. Then I played on Epson Tour for 2.5 years, and on 2020 I got my LET card, and I decided to stay in Europe. I enjoy the competition better here. I was closer to my family back then in that time, and then I finished top 10 my first tournament, top 20 my second tournament. So I thought that was like a sign for me to stay here. So yeah, and I'm really enjoying my time in Ladies European Tour, which I think it's my 4th year now here.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
so,
so.
yeah.
2019 and onwards, I think I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go back a minute. Turf management, that is very random. I've never met anyone who's studied that. So what's the interest there? And is that something you maybe go to after when you hang up the sticks? What's
George, I'm a person that I like to learn a lot about everything. I'm very curious. That's the word.
good? Yeah.
And it was really hard for me to pick a major. I actually switched majors 3 times because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted. And I remember my dad called me my second year. He said, Marta, have you looked at this possibility? So I went to talk with the person in charge of the major. He was great, Dr. Bigelow. He was great. He was super excited to have me there. He showed me everything. He showed me what I was going to be able to learn, what I was going to be able to do. I knew that could help me if golf didn't work, because for me academics were always a little bit more important than golf because I wanted to have a solid base. So I knew that with a really good program Purdue has in turf management, I could have a really good future if I didn't want to or golf didn't work out. So yeah, I was the only female in the major. I graduated with 2 other, like it was the year I graduated, 2 guys and me. And it was a full American experience. I went to class with people that they didn't even have a passport.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what was outside Indiana. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I still keep learning. I once in a while do some courses about diseases or new techniques. And whenever I go to tournaments and I have the opportunity to talk to greenkeepers, I do. Because I think it's this world, like every world, is just fantastic. It keeps changing. You keep learning, new machines, new techniques.
Yeah.
And now in Europe, we're facing difficulties, with all the pesticide things that we cannot control. Well, we cannot use most of them. I think the list now went down to 2 products. So it's always nice to go and talk with them and see the challenges they're facing and how they're finding solutions to face those challenges.
Yeah, that's really cool. We learn something new every day, Marta.
Yeah.
So with that, I know you're on the player board for the Ladies European Tour. I
Yes,
think
I
you're
do.
the first player from the board to come on this podcast. I might be wrong, but with that in mind, just tell us or tell our listeners a little bit about what that role ensues. I mean, I guess you take a bit of that knowledge that you have of courses and agriculture with you into the board, but tell us a bit about what it entails, because I'm interested as well. So
Well, I put myself up because I think I was qualified for it, and I was willing to fight for women's golf and especially for Ladies European Tour membership. So I'm the Players Council chair,
okay.
and I'm a board member, player board member.
So
So
I
that
undersold you. I undersold you, Marta. If you're the chair.
no, it's fine. It's fine. So pretty much my role is I meet with the Players Council about, the concerns or the things that we can get better, what players think of, what we want to get better on. And I go to the board and I try to bring that message to the board members so we can all work as a business together. Trying to find the best balance between the business side and the player side. So I'm really, really enjoying it. I think it's a good time for women's golf in general and for the future of it. So I'm not only trying to put my little input on protecting and fighting for the membership, but I'm also learning a lot about how Ladies European Tour organization works, how an LPGA organization works. And I think looking into the future, as I said, if golf doesn't work, just all the things that I'm learning about a business is just incredible, and it goes with my personality. I'm just learning and learning over and over. I'm like a sponge, I keep
Yeah,
absorbing
way
things.
to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know you love traveling. I know you've been all over, even
Mm-hmm.
this season, Australia, in Kenya at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
pretty much everywhere. It's a very fortunate position we're in sometimes where we get to go. So you said I wasn't allowed to ask you about your favorite golf course, but surely I can ask you where your favorite place is that you've been to.
Favorite place? Well, I gotta say that there's no better place than Spain in the world.
Ah, okay.
I'm a true believer in my country, and I think it's not only because of the nature and the people, also because of the food, the culture, the lifestyle, the landscape. You got in a very small piece of land, you got a little bit of everything. So I would say, even though I've traveled around the world, I'm really grateful to be from Spain, living in the best country in the world.
Nice. I can't disagree too much with that. What's go on then? Somewhere in Spain that maybe we as tourists wouldn't think to go. That's like a hidden gem. Where should we go in Spain?
Well, since you're English, I would say that there's a lot of English people that go down to the south coast, because of the
Yeah.
weather, la la la. But we're not aware of how good the north coast is.
Okay.
The temperature is still good, but it's just like you got really. Actually, the landscape is very similar to the English landscape, I would say, because during the winter it rains a lot up there, but during the summer it's like that mild temperature, and the landscape is really pretty. The food is good. So I would say people are not aware of how beautiful the north can be. We just focus on the south and going to the beach and
Yeah.
but yes, I would say the north is
Oh,
it's
okay.
very pretty, and even like the middle of Spain, like you got that rustic areas. They're amazing. The mountain, we got a lot of mountains in the middle of Spain. It is beautiful.
Yeah. And the golf is still good in the north?
Yes, we got some of the best players from the north, like Carlota's from the north, John Ram is from the north, Seve Ballesteros was from the north. Some of the best names you got in golf, Spanish golf history are from the north.
Okay. I'll make a note. It's a place to be. I'm so sad that we have 3 events this year in Spain on the Ladies European Tour. Is it Lasea, Spanish Open, and Mallorca?
Mallorca.
I'm not doing any of them. I can't believe it.
Well, you have to go talk with them.
Yeah, I did last year. It was great, but this year I don't know what's going on. Spending many of my weeks in France this year, and not many in Spain.
Well,
How it works out. Good stuff. Right, Marta, I'll end then on our little quiz, which I did
wow.
prep you a bit before, so I hope you've had a good half an hour now to
I haven't had
think.
time to think about it. I was going to look at the
I thought
stats.
you've had enough. So I'm going to give you several categories, and I want you to just pick your perfect player from the Ladies European Tour. It has to be an LET member. It can be a Solheim Cup player. It can be LET winner, someone you played with recently. But I'll give you the categories. You tell me which player you would pick for that category, and we'll make Marta Martin's perfect player. So let's start with the big one: driving. Who you taking off the tee?
Who am I taking off the tee? This is terrible. I don't like these questions at all. Okay, who I
At
would
least
take
you're honest.
off the tee? Who did I play with in London? Well, if we from the tee, I would say I would pick Anne van Dam for sure.
Okay,
I played with
that's
her in Holland, and honestly, that course was tight, but I could see her like working on a couple things on her driver, and that can be a bomb.
Yeah.
Huge bomb. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, she's had a few nominations this year, and it's easy to see why when you see her hit it in person. She
No,
rips
it's
it.
beautiful. Watching her for 18 holes, it was just music to the ears, honestly. Yeah.
Nice. Right, a little bit harder then. Iron play, ball striking. Whose irons are you taking?
I would take Luna.
Luna Sobron?
Yes.
Yeah, fellow Spaniard.
Yes.
And you're good friends with Luna off the course?
I am, yes. She's a great person to be around.
Yeah. Okay, short game.
Can I pick myself?
You can, absolutely. I was hoping you would.
Short game, I would pick myself, yes.
Yeah. It's always been the best part of your game.
Yeah, short game and driver. I've always been a player that struggled with her irons to the green, so I managed to find myself ways to make up and downs, or even just up,
Yeah.
like holdouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you have a few. Is that like when you were growing up, is that something you would maybe practice more, or came that more naturally to you?
Yeah, I remember being with my friends on the golf course and just being putting and chipping all the time. We could be there hours and hours just competing and doing little tricks, little games. So I think that creates like a feel on the short game that if you're just only practicing by yourself, you don't create. So, even when I go now to the chipping green, I like playing little games, even with myself or against someone. It's always fun to do some competition when you practice.
Yeah, nice. I do not do enough short game practice in it. Certainly, I was like out on the course, so maybe you can give me some tips next time I see you.
Yeah.
Okay, then putting.
Chiara Tamburlini.
Chiara Tambellini. Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah. We've seen her roll in some monster putts.
It's amazing. Every time I play with her, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think she picked you for putting, so it's a nice.
She picked me for chipping and putting, and I went to her. I was like, I need to putt and chip well this week, girl.
At least you returned the favor.
Yeah, we're good friends. Yeah, I met her last year in LET Access, and we're good friends. Yeah.
Nice. And the final one, then, a bit trickier, is mindset or golfing brain. Who are you taking from the LET?
I'm taking Carlota Ciganda.
Nice.
I absolutely love her way of just keep going. Vamos, like when you talk Vamos Marta or Vamos Carlota, you can tell that she's always pushing, and every hole, every stroke is a new opportunity that you can do well. So that's her. She's a player, not because she's from Spain, but whenever you talk to her, it's that mentality that you can do very well on every shot, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah. What did you make of watching her on home soil at the Solheim last year?
That's the feeling I got. Like the game she played, the golf she played that week, it was just amazing. And just the way she kept pushing, and I'm a team, and I'll do this for my team, for Europe, for Spain, for myself. Like that mindset is just so good that I mean, I would love to be that way. Yeah, so
Absolutely. We see you giving some passion out there. I've seen you make a few putts, and that Spanish sort of fiery competitiveness comes out for sure. We've seen it, Marta.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it's professional golf, but I think who was it on the DVP World Tour? Ludwig. He said, at the end of the day, I do this because I enjoy it, and sometimes we have to remember that we have to keep enjoying it. Like there's always like a little kid inside yourself, and when you make a good putt, like let's go. Like I made a really good putt. Like why not celebrate it? It feels like sometimes we only focus on the missed shots and getting mad, but when you hit a good shot, you should tap yourself on the shoulder and be like, hey, well done. So I think that's also part of it. Sometimes we forget about enjoying it, George. We have to enjoy things a little bit more.
I try to tell myself this when I'm playing and I'm getting angry, which is a lot. So
you should be inspired by all the good golf you watch every week.
I tell you, I don't necessarily feel inspired. Well, I do always feel inspired, but one thing I feel is humbled
Okay.
when I watched you guys. We played Erenvale in South Africa the day after you guys played it
Hmm.
here in Lauren, and I was like, oh wow, I have a, not that I didn't already respect you guys, but I have a new respect for how you play the course and make it look so easy, because that was a struggle out there. So
Yeah.
yeah, always inspired by you guys, Marta, and I think that's a lovely way to end this podcast. I know you got few weeks off now, so you're going kayaking. Have you got any other big plans on the cards?
Honestly, I think it's so important to also rest. So I'll, I'm just gonna be enjoying Madrid, which is very hot, but everyone left to the coast, so it's very nice. There's no traffic. People are in good mood. You find parking spot. I'm really grateful I got a swimming pool down where I live, so I'm just gonna enjoy it. And then I'll probably start practicing next week. My coach is here, so that'll be nice. But trying to find a balance between resting and practicing.
Yes, and
Yes,
you'll be tuning in to the Olympics, watching a lot of the games.
of course. So I think it would be a good idea to, wake up very early, avoid the heat, go practice, and then at midday just turn on the TV, sit down, enjoy and relax.
Nice, yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Um,
Any event in particular you love watching?
I think any event in the Olympics is just, I
Yeah,
enjoy it. I have such good memories from when I was a kid, watching all the athletes. Um, I think it's a special one, watching the Olympics. But
yeah. Once it
uh,
starts, it's like whatever's on.
yeah,
I just
from I don't know, from golf to like track and field,
yeah,
anything, honestly.
absolutely. And next up is for you Scottish Open.
Scottish Open,
Different
British
type of golf.
Open, and yeah, excited for links golf actually.
Yeah. Well, with your short game, I'm sure you'll be fine. It's just keeping it lower in the wind, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I would say also like I think you have to create a little bit more of bring up the imagination sometimes on the links golf course. You're not always chipping. I think the being able to putt the ball from, I don't know, maybe 10 meters away from the green, that's also an important aspect to have. So playing golf where golf started is always special.
Yeah, I can't wait as well. So I'll
Yeah.
see you in Scotland, Marta. Thanks for joining us, and a huge congratulations again on your victory in Czech. It was great to see, a very popular winner. So congrats.
Thank you, George. Thanks for having me, and thanks for everyone listening.